Sorry about that. Forgot to turn on my light before I actually got started. Remembered at the last minute. Welcome, 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 everybody. Is it afternoon yet? Nope, still good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What we're here to do is we're going to do a little bit of tarot reading for people who show up in the room. Before that, we're going to do a tarot spread that looks at best manifestation advice for today. So this is going to be best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours, whatever it is that you're getting ready to manifest or you're wanting to manifest, whether it's a little thing or whether it's a big thing. Put that in mind as I clear these cards and get ready to shuffle them. That way you can get that energy on the spread so that you can have some advice for you coming off of it. I do like to start off with this and start off by clearing the cards to give people a chance to walk into the room. Since I don't schedule these things, they're very impromptu. So sometimes it takes people a minute to be able to walk into the room. So it's nice to do this as a little bit of a time buying tactic for people out there. I am never going to be scheduling these, guys. I know that a lot of you wish I would. I'm never going to be scheduling these. I have Uranus in my 6th house, which means I need things to be unpredictable in my life. Otherwise, I start to feel really stagnant and bored. And then I have to change it up anyway, just for my own sanity. So that's why these are actually never scheduled. They always just happen right when they need to. And, that's how divine appointments happen anyway. When things happen right when they need to. Exactly what's supposed to turn out will be the turnout. All right, so we do have our cards cleared. We're going to go ahead and take a peek at what is our best manifestation advice for today. Jen, good morning, welcome. Best manifestation advice for the next 24 hours. How is my audio, Jen? I've got a new headset I'm checking out. I would really like to know what my audio sounds like. Having a nice review from somebody hearing me on the other end would be great. Good. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. My other headset kind of went toes up, mostly toes up. It won't turn on or turn off when I want it to. So it was time to go ahead and get this one before Mercury retrograde. Best manifestation advice. Good. Oh, that's excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Awesome. It's supposed to be a really kick-ass mic. It's supposed to have great noise cancellation and all the bells and whistles type stuff. So, meaning all the quality stuff. It actually doesn't have like a mute button or anything, but pretty much every program you have has a mute button. All right, so let's take a peek here at what we have for manifestation advice. We're starting off with the 3 of Cups coming up in reverse. 3 of Cups coming up in reverse is talking about the idea of, we might have to do something that is not too popular with our friends or people in our inner circle with this card when it comes up as advice. 7 of Wands talks about this idea of setting boundaries with those people that that would like to tell us all about how terrible we are. We need to set some boundaries with them. Imagine that. And then the last card that we have coming up is the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is an interesting card because it talks about new ideas. And it looks to me like until we get some distance or some peace from those people who are coming at us with all the things that we're doing that they don't like, we don't really get to think our own thoughts. We're busy thinking whatever thoughts they are steering us towards, whether it's defending ourselves or whatever that might be. But once we have some boundaries and we have some peace so that we can think for ourselves, that's when we have a new understanding of something or a new epiphany comes in for us so that we can actually take that information and move forward productively. So, yay for boundaries is what I have to say. It's interesting, sometimes the advice is listen to the people around you. They might see something that you don't. This is not that. This is not that today. All right, so it looks like I've only got one person in the stream. Jennifer, do you have a question for me or do you want a message from Spirit? Boop-a-da-doo-doo. Need inspiration. Feeling rough. Feeling rough. Okay. Well, while I was waiting to hear from you because I know there's a delay, I decided to put down cards on a little question that I had. I watched this, and we'll do a message from Spirit for you in a second, but we're going to talk about these cards too. So I watched this astrologer on YouTube today. Let me see if I can find his name. Anyway, he was talking about the election. I have to find my history. He was talking about the election. He actually had predicted Kamala Harris to be inaugurated. And he says he can't really see how that's going to happen now. So he was looking at, like how many astrologers got it right and looking at, bias and how that impacts things. And he had an interesting idea. He was talking about Trump could be bringing in the age of Aquarius, especially because he has all these high-techy people around him. But I just wanted to check and see with the tarot if he was right about the idea that Trump might not be inaugurated. So that's what I just asked, and it's interesting what came up. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking too. Like, I think our activism is going to get a lot more active in this country, a lot more active in this country. But when I look at this idea of him being inaugurated, I don't see him being inaugurated, actually. First, I've got, and this is fascinating. I mean, we'll see how this turns out, but I've got the High Priestess showing up in reverse. That talks about confusion. I don't see us as being confused, but we do have a retrograde starting soon, a couple of them. We have the Five of Swords. This talks about a fight. This could be an argument or a debate. It does not have to be necessarily anything violent. We've got a Page of Wands. This is inspiring information coming in. And we have the Justice card coming up in reverse. Now, for me, the Justice card in reverse is somebody getting a divorce, coming out of some kind of contract or agreement. So this could be, I don't know, maybe he decides not to do this. Well, and also he's got a lot of legal cases too, though. Legal cases that are, that he's being are frozen or maybe even dismissed. Something like that could be happening. And we had the Page of Wands before that. Then we've got the Knight of Wands. This talks about taking action, but taking action that is kind of spur of the moment action almost. Like it's not anything super planned out. Yeah, health also. But I don't see a lot of health. For me, that would be Pentacles cards. The Mind maybe with those swords, but probably not. I have other cards for that. I think there's a lot of confusion going on. There's definitely stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. I'll guarantee you that, especially with some of the people that he's trying to put in. I don't know. I just don't see him being inaugurated. That's odd. That's really odd. But this Justice card makes me wonder if he doesn't pull out. Maybe somebody actually sentences him to jail time, and so he says, well, I can't be a president in jail. I don't really see that happening, though. It'll be interesting. It's definitely a shakeup. All right, so let's do a message from Spirit for you. We definitely have a shakeup no matter what happens. Oh, you're quite welcome. Thanks for entertaining me while I pursued that random thought. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, everyone else in the room, be on the lookout for a piggyback message. So, what we're starting with for the situation that we have, interesting. Well, look, we've got Pentacles crossing. That's that King of Pentacles. So, King of Pentacles talks about feeling broken, maybe feeling broke financially, but feeling broken is more like that. So, this could be, man, I don't feel like I have good energy, the energy to do things. This can also be about the idea of so much stuff going on that I don't feel like I'm in my right mind, basically. That can be what that is. Hey, best version. Hello, hello. And what that's actually covering, I kind of started backwards. It's covering the Four of Cups in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse says, trying to look at the bright side. We're not really going into pity party. There has been something that's disappointing, but we're not really letting that hold us back. We're looking for that silver lining and moving forward with it. And so I think we're looking for that silver lining. Really, what I'm seeing is in spite of feeling like, man, am I still in my right mind? Am I looking at things? Am I in touch with reality? I don't know if I'm in touch with reality. So looking for that bright side in spite of that, maybe even to bring ourselves back in touch with some kind of reality and get grounded again. Now, what we have showing up for best advice or heads up. Ooh. We've got the Lover's card in reverse, and when I looked at this card, what I heard is this is an inside job. So finding that silver lining as a way of recovering, this is an inside job. Like nobody else can do this for us with the Lovers in reverse. Doesn't matter what kind of great partnership we have, they can't do it for us. All right. Now, Eight of Swords talks about this idea of sort of being stuck in your mind, like thinking. So it's a little insight. It's not advice. Being stuck in your mind is never good advice, but it's an insight to pay attention to. Where are you overthinking? Debbie Hancock, hello, hello. And then with the World card coming up in reverse, this talks about that, the overthinking isn't going to end easily. But when we find ourselves overthinking, sometimes the best thing we can do is just like get out of our seats and dance. Just dance it out a little bit. That allows us to get some blood circulation. That allows us to get some of the juices flowing in our bodies that are more creative. Allows us to get the serotonin or the dopamine or something. It allows us to start moving even the cortisol around and out. So really, I'm thinking what's going on here is there's a lot of overthinking that's putting you into a funk. So it's time to start doing something that is not overthinking, whatever that is, getting active in whatever way that you can, going for a walk, doing a little dancing, punching the punching bag if you have a punching bag even. I don't like that one though because my knuckles hurt after that one. I'm a baby. All right, so how's everybody doing today? Ba ba da da da, ba ba da da da, ba ba da da da, ba ba da da, ba ba da. All right, doing good and freezing. Why are you freezing? Oh goodness, no wonder you're tired. That's awful. What kind of work do you do, Debbie? All right, I'm going to roll my little dice here. And my dice today that I picked has 6 sides. So this is going to be a number between 1 and 6. Oh, yeah, that definitely. That's not only physically taxing, but also emotionally taxing. Okay, we have a number down. Whoever puts that number in the chat first is the next person I read for. Number between 1 and 6. 5 is not it. 4 is not it. 1 is not it. 5 is still not it. 3 is not it. 2. Debbie Hancock got it with the 2. All right, Debbie, do you have a question for me today, honey bunny? Or do you want a message from Spirit? Message from Spirit. Okay. For Debbie Hancock, what do we have? Message from Spirit for Debbie Hancock. Guys, don't forget to put a thumbs up on the video and share it out to the world. There may be other people who would like to have a reading too. Mila, hello, hello. Glad to see you, my friend. All right, Debbie's message. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback. Boo-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Boy, my phone is going crazy, isn't it? Who needs to talk to me that much? I don't think y'all do. Okay, now. Aww. All right, so here's what we have for this situation, Ms. Debbie. You have the King of Cups showing up first. This talks about somebody that is expressing their feelings, showing their feelings, or somebody who cares about you. And then we have the Knight of Wands crossing the King of Cups. What's going on here? That's an interesting combination. All right, so we've got somebody who has feelings for you, who has really scattered energy. The Knight of Wands sometimes even is my runaround type of guy. So this is interesting how this shows up, or gal. Yeah, this is really interesting how this shows up. They don't have to be a runaround type of person. They can just have scattered energy. They can have a lot on their plate that they're trying to handle. A lot of fires to all put out, so they can't really focus. So we've got somebody who really cares about you that has had some kind of trouble focusing. Let's put it that way. Thank you for all the thumbs ups, guys, and thank you for sharing this video. All right, so best advice or heads up around this. 3 of Pentacles talks about really getting together and talking things over, hashing things out, basically. We have the Moon card coming up in reverse. There's something that has been going on that you're not really aware of with that Moon card. And it may be something that is caused by something going on in somebody's subconscious mind. And getting all that out on the table in that conversation brings in some security and stability for you. So it looks to me like you've got somebody in your sphere of influence who has feelings for you, and you probably have feelings for them. I don't imagine that they're not mutual, that their energy's been kind of scattered and all over the place. They haven't really been able to focus. It looks to me like you're probably worried about them. Maybe you're worried about the situation. Get together, spend some time together, actually have a nice conversation with them while you're doing that. You're going to find out, there are things going on that they haven't been able to talk about, or maybe they're not even aware of. Maybe you figure it out before they do with what's something going on in their subconscious mind. This conversation is what actually brings the stability. And this conversation is happening while you're doing something. It's not just we need to talk, sit down at the kitchen table and face off. This is doing something during that conversation and recognizing where things are kind of going on behind the scenes for this person. I don't think their energy is scattered, but with that subconscious card coming up with the Moon, they may not realize why their energy is scattered or that they can do something about it even. Okay. So it looks to me like this conversation while you're doing something actually turns out to be very helpful, because we do end up with the 10 of Stones. So we like that. That's stability. That's security. Hope that makes sense for you. All right. So that was for Debbie, and anybody who got a piggyback. Let's see. I'm going to roll the dice again. This is a 6-sided dice, so number between 1 and 6. All right, we have our number. Whoever puts that number in the chat first will be the next person I read for today. 6 is not it. 5 is not it. You guys, I do also offer private readings. You can find out how to book one of those if you go to my website, which is in the description box below. Let's see. 4. Who said 4 first? That was best version in my chat. So best version. Okay. Evany, do you have a question for me, or do you want a message from Spirit today? Evany always has questions. Yvette Braggs. Hello, hello, welcome. Have you been to my live stream before, Yvette? I don't remember your name. That doesn't say much with my memory. But welcome, welcome. All right. So while Avnita's writing out her question. Right. Go ahead and pop it in there. So while Avnita's writing out her question, I will tell you guys I do offer long distance Reiki services. I also do long distance readings. So we'll do readings like on the camera. I offer 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 60 minutes. And these readings can be just about anything. I do love lives, career choices, and everything in between. The only things that I don't answer in my readings are if somebody is going to kick the bucket soon or when somebody's going to kick the bucket. I'm not going to tell you that, even if you're asking about yourself. That's not my shtick, man. And what else? I don't give you like medical readings just because I don't know medical jargon. So even if I found out, oh, look, you have a liver problem, I don't know what to tell you to have your doctor look for as far as a diagnosis because I don't have that vocabulary. So I don't do medical. I don't tell you when somebody's going to kick the bucket. Basically, everything else is on the table. And then your first live. Well, I'm glad you're here. Don't forget to subscribe and hit your notification bell and turn on notifications on your device. That way you won't miss another live. I am starting to put out weeklies. Hopefully that will last. I put out my first 6 weeklies yesterday. I want to do 6 more today. Let's see. What else do you need to know? So I also do mediumship readings too if you need to connect with somebody who's crossed over. Okay, I can quit tap dancing. We've got a question. Which way would I get my client from? Direct contacts with people I have spoken to, or someone new, or through platforms for a cost? Okay. Well, that's really more than one question, actually. That's a multiple choice thing. What are we going to look at here? Let's look at this way. Where is it that Avneet will get her most clients from? Let's look at that this way. Where will Avneet get her most clients from? We're actually using the Lenormand for this. Oh, look, you're right in the center there. I love it. Here's what I'm going to say. There's a couple things I'm going to say. First of all, right above and below the woman, we got the coffin and the ring, which talks about the idea that we don't have as many contracts as we want, or that the contracts are kind of weak, like we would like them to be bigger, or something like that there. So let's look at the column before that. The column before that talks about doing something in a public space. And the bear, I think the bear with this garden, to me, this talks about a public space that is, like well known. This would be more of a platform type thing, but we've got the mice underneath of that. This says that the public space, the platform type thing is not that efficient with that mice coming up underneath of it. Okay. Now, where we have the upgrade is very interesting because right underneath the stork for the upgrade, we have the scythe. This talks about that this upgrade would happen very quickly. Why would this upgrade happen very quickly? Well, the upgrade happens very quickly because you have conversations. This is chatter. Okay. So when we have chatter, this is not like going on a platform and presenting to a group. This is not like doing a promotion. This is certainly not anything paid. This is chatter. And guess what chatter this is? This is chatter that talks to people about what they're worried about. What are your concerns? So that idea of finding out where are people, where are people's points of need and talking to them about those. That's where your clients are going to come from. And this comes up as being more of a personal thing rather than a platform thing. This is more like individual conversations, basically, very personal. And with you in the center, this is I'm not paying somebody else for leads. These are leads that I'm generating. Okay? So I would say, yeah, definitely. So look at that. Then when we look at certain cards about the chatter, this is kind of like the subconscious part of the chatter or more subtext about the chatter. So we talk about where are people hurting with that coffin here. Coffin talks about illness, not well, things not being harmonious. Okay. So this talks about this chatter of what are your problems? And then this talks about the boss. This is like the mama bear. She's very protective. She's very helpful. She looks out for her cubs. It's also an authority figure. So this is like finding out, okay, what are your problems? And then being able to come in and say, well, this is how I can help you, you know, showing that you're the authority figure and showing this is how I can help you. But very important because this is stressed 2 times on this card and with this card. You don't just start off with the mama bear. I've got all the answers. What are your problems? No. These 2 cards say, get really familiar. What are their problems? Really listen to them. What are their problems? Then come in as the authority, the mama bear. Okay? That's where your clients are going to come from. Good afternoon, Ms. Rhoda. Glad you're here. All right, guys, if you want a private reading, easy to schedule one. All you have to do is look at my website to figure out how to do that. Dolores, hello. Okay, so I've got a 6-sided dice. I'm going to roll it again. And whoever puts the number that comes up in the chat, that's going to be the next person I read for here today. You're quite welcome. Okay, we've got a number down. Whoever puts that number in the chat first will be the next person I read for. Number between 1 and 6. 5 is not it. Who got the 2? That's Mila. All right, Mila. What's your question today, Mila? Or do you want a message from Spirit? Mila usually has a question. We'll see. What do you got for me? Hit me with your best shot. How is the sound, guys? Is the sound fluctuating? Because I can't hear myself. And when I was making videos yesterday, I noticed it was fluctuating a little bit when I would hold up a card. Always a question. Okay. Thank you for letting me know that. Boo-ba-da-doo-doo-doo. All right, let's see what your question is. Naturally Lane. Are we working on Pisces abs? You just took me into the gym whenever you said abs. Are you a physical trainer and you need to know what Pisces needs work on? Okay, so right now it's Mila's turn. Stick around Naturally Lane and then you'll see how you get a turn in this room. Let's see. Everybody has an equal opportunity potential here. Okay. Wait a second. Usually you ask me about Tony, don't you? Or am I confused? Mila. So we need Felipe's true feelings or intentions for you. Okay, so here's the thing. Feelings are very transitory and intentions may or may not happen. Both of them are 2 separate things as well. I would rather look at what you can expect from Felipe, but pick one. Pick feelings, intentions, or what you can expect, and we'll look at that. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right, Michelle. I don't know where I got Tony from. Feelings. Okay. All right, so it's not your turn yet, naturally. Okay, so Mila, Mila. What are Felipe's true feelings for Mila, Mila right now? Now, this can be outdated in like 20 minutes. Oh, well, this is interesting. Okay, I have a question for you. What have you given Felipe? And after you answer the question, and I'm reading through the cards, then you'll know why I'm asking this. What have you given Felipe? That's going to give me a little bit more context, too. We're going to get the gossip around here. We have to have the juice. That's what makes these fun. Oh my goodness. 25 minutes long to read. That means you took a long time to write that. Oh my goodness. All right. So here's what we have from Felipe. His feelings are that you're ideal. This is the world card. This is like, oh, this is my ideal. All right. Now, we have the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups talks about memories. Okay. And when it comes in right side up, it talks about positive memories. So you guys have created some kind of positive memories, whether you've met each other in person or not yet. And look at this 6 of Pentacles in reverse. He wants to pay you back for something that you gave him. So I think he's going to be writing a letter back to you that is going to be well thought out as well. Gotcha. Well, it looks to me like he wants to take the time to send something back to you that's well thought out. So that says that there's some respect there at least. We like that. Okay, so let's see. Well, he wants to pay you back. I don't know. Did you go silent on him and he wants to pay you back for that? I think he wants to pay you back for the letter. All right, let's do another number. I'm going to shake up this dice here. Number between 1 and 6. Whoever gets that number first is going to be the next one I read for. Okay, we have our number down. Number between 1 and 6. Jen Davies. How did you get it right off the bat this time? Did we do yours earlier? No, I don't remember it. I just crumbled up that piece of paper. Not yet. Okay. Do you want a message from Spirit, Jen? Oh, it's for Andrew. Okay. Message from Spirit for Andrew today. What would you like to say to Andrew? My brother Mark has Andrew as his middle name. I like that name. Andrew. Boopity-doo-doo, boopity-doo, boopity-doo-doo-doo. Ooh. Wow, 2 2s coming up in your situation, Andrew. You've got a decision in front of you big time. Faux show. Okay. What do we have? All right. 2 of Cups coming up in reverse. This tells me that you have a situation or a project or whatever, something that you really were enamored by, sucked into. It was really attractive to you. It was drawing you in. You wanted to spend more and more time with it, getting to know it, understanding it, whether it's a person or a project, whatever it is. Okay. But now this card's in reverse. That means that now you're no longer drawn into or attracted to this thing and it's kind of lost all of its glitter. Now you could kind of do without it just fine, actually. And my 2 of Pentacles covering says that what you're not really attracted to anymore is the idea of having a whole bunch of stuff in your life to juggle. At one point, you thought, oh, wouldn't that be great? Now you're like, you know what? I would kind of like things to be a little bit simpler again. All right. Now, ba-ba-da-da-da. Best advice or heads up. Interesting. We have the death card coming up in reverse. This basically says nothing's really going to change. This is normally a transition card, but when it's in reverse, it's like there are some things that I know that I need to change, but here's the catch. I'm afraid that if I change them, that's going to impact my life in other areas, have a domino effect, and I'm not sure what that domino effect would be, so I'm not going to do it. Nay, nay, nay. All right, now we have the Strength card coming up here. This talks about self-esteem. It also talks about your vision of who you are, your self-image. So look here. Look here. This talks about not changing your self-image. Not going to change my self-image. All right? You're not very happy with this situation anymore. You've got more going on than what you really want going on. But you still see yourself as this person that is handling all this stuff and juggling it all. Okay. Now, that was kind of our insight. Our best advice is this: 5 of Wands in reverse. 5 of Wands says filter out the baloney. It says figure out what's a distraction and figure out what your mission is. And then focus on your mission. And whatever's a distraction has to be let go by the wayside. Let somebody else carry the distraction stuff. Maybe that's their mission, is to carry what is a distraction for you. But you need to focus on what is your mission. Sort through that and then focus on that mission. Once you know what your actual mission is and you're focusing on that, that makes all your decisions about any distractions that much easier. And then you can figure out, like, how much of this do I want to keep carrying? All right. I hope that makes sense for you. All right. So thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. And also thank you for sharing this video. Lots of people could use a little insight here and there. I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice again. We're going to do another reading. Number between 1 and 6 are numbers on the table. Whoever gets this number will be the next person that I read for. Thank you very much for that feedback. I appreciate it. All right, so number between 1 and 6. If you guys want to schedule a private reading with me, you can see how to do that in the website in the description box below. Also, if you want to get my newsletter, you can sign up for it at that website as well. 4 is not it. I do offer a newsletter every week where I do predictions for every sign. And I do what I call a ramblings of a mystic, which is just whatever is on my mind. Sometimes it has to do with work. Sometimes it just has to do with life. So if you want my newsletter, you can sign up for that on my website as well. All right, so number between 1 and 6. So far, we know it's not a 4. Naturally, it looks like you're the only one who really wants a reading right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a reading for you, honey bunny. Can you tell me, I know you have a question. Can you... Okay. So I know you want to know if you and Anna are going to get back together. What's your first name, honey? I like to use names when I connect. So tell me your first name naturally, and then we'll ask your question if you and Anna are going to get back together. Christina. Oh, and Sakura. Okay. All right. Well, I read that wrong earlier. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Will Christina and Sakura get back together as a romantic couple? I think you will. I think you will. Now, we've got a nice solid yes on the table. Let's see what we have showing up. Four of Wands talks about family ties, family connections. Eight of Swords talks about not overthinking anymore. Okay. So there could be something going on where, somebody in the family was like, oh, blah, 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 talking bad about one or the other of you. And that set somebody to overthinking. This comes out of the overthinking, like they're done with that. Making long-term plans. That's the Three of Wands. So we see making some long-term plans. Here's the deal. We've got the Wheel of Fortune showing up in reverse. That says it's not really the right time yet. And we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess, I think that somebody has some secret plans about getting back together that they're not saying yet. And I think that is in spite of family. I think they may even be trying to get some family member out of their head about this so that they're not overthinking about it anymore. So they could be like, say that their mom is like, oh, no, 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 don't get married. This person could be like trying to calm that person down before they show back up. Or they could be just trying to get that other person's yammering out of their own brain before they show back up. Yep. So, if you think I do good on just 5 little cards on one question, you guys obviously want to schedule a real reading with me to get some insights into your situations. I do offer 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 60 minutes. Those are all online on camera or on the phone, whatever's better for you. 30 minutes is $100, 45 is $150, or an hour is $200. And then I also offer Reiki sessions online, and I offer mediumship readings as well. So any of those I'm available for. You can find all that on my website, and you can find my newsletter on my website where I do predictions for every single sign every single week. And so there's other ways to connect with me. Thank you for subscribing. Yay. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you actually can catch me when I go live, and turn on the notifications for YouTube on your device so you'll get those notifications when they come out. Everybody have a fantastic day. Thank you very much for keeping me company here today. You guys are what make these lives lively, and I appreciate you all. Peace out.